Hello mathematicians, it is time for a number talk. Today is a really fun one because we're going to start talking about food, one of my favourite things. But we're also going to be talking about a fair share. As always, the next slide has a little bit of information for your grown-ups and then we'll get started. So grown-ups, today what we're going to be looking at is the beginning concepts of fractions and the idea of a fair share. I love teaching this one with food because obviously that's where we're going to have the best conversations about what's fair and what's not. In this particular example, I will be doing a lot of the initial thinking for the children and demonstrating that stuff, but then at the end I do have another challenge for them in the hope that they'll be able to apply some of that thinking and they'll be able to put that in their seesaw at the end. If they do make a little mistake, that's a learning opportunity. A really great question in this one is to ask, is that fair? I like to always say, how about I have this piece? And I very quickly get the understanding that it's not fair. Really keen to see how many answers and how many ideas your children come up with. It would be interesting to see how creative they get. All right, everybody, today it's time for a feast. And you can see my picture of the feast there. There's lots and lots of different things. I'd like to share this food today between you and me. So that's two people. And the pizza that you can see, the things that you can see there include the pizza. There's one apple, 4 muffins up behind that person's arm, 2 juice poppers and 8 tomatoes. So how can we share all of this food evenly and fairly between you and me? Let's start. I'm going to pick a colour for me and a colour for you. My colour is going to be green and your colour could be purple. On this slide, I've used some symbols to represent that pizza in the middle. So you can see the pizza is a circle shape. And if you look really closely, you can see that it's already been cut up into 4 pieces. So I'm going to share them. Let me click on my green for me, and I'm going to colour in the ones that I'm having, my green pieces. So I'm going to have this one. Oh, sorry, it's yellow, my mistake. I'm going to have this one. And now I'll go and grab your piece. So there we go. This piece can be for you. There's still some more pieces to share, so that means it's my turn again. I'll make sure I get the right colour this time. I'm going to make this piece for me, and then I'll go and grab my purple again and say this piece is for you. Is this a fair share? Have we shared that pizza evenly between you and me? You're right, we have, because the 2 yellow pieces are for me and the 2 purple pieces are for you. So that means we each get 2 pieces, and that's fair. Let's have a look at the muffins. There's 4 muffins on the plate, and we need to share these fairly again. So I'm going to grab those colours, and I'm going to keep my colour as yellow and put a circle around the ones that are for me. So I'm having this one, and then it's your turn. There's the purple. You can have this one. Back to yellow because it's my turn again. I'll have this one, and I'll grab your colour with the purple. You can have that one. You're right, this is a fair share again. There were 4 muffins and we shared them so that you got 2 and I got 2. Let's keep looking. I use these pictures to represent the juice poppers, and I think you've probably already answered this one as we've been talking. So let me grab, I'll start with your colour this time. You can have this one. And then I'll grab my colour with the yellow and I will have this one. That's a fair share because I have one and you have one. That makes it nice and even. All right, now let's look at these tomatoes. Now, if we were really sharing this feast, you could have all the tomatoes because I don't really like them. But we do need to make sure it's a fair share. So let's get started. I'm going to do something a bit different this time. I'm going to use what I know about doubles and about halving numbers. So I need to count them. Can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 tomatoes, and I'm going to pretend that these 8 tomatoes are my 8 fingers. And if I look at my fingers, I already know how to share these fairly because look, there's 4 on this side and 4 on this side. So I know that 4 plus 4 equals 8. That's an easy one. But I also know that if I want to share 8 in half, that I'm going to have 4 on each side. So watch what I'm going to do, and we can check when we're finished. Here's my yellow again. I'm going to put a circle around 4 tomatoes for me, and I'll grab your purple and put a circle, it's not quite a circle, put a ring around 4 tomatoes for you. Is this a fair share? You're right, it is, because both of us have 4 tomatoes. There's 4 tomatoes in my yellow ring and 4 tomatoes in your purple ring. Another clever way to make sure we've got a fair share. All right, this one's been challenging me a little bit, so let's have a look. We've got that apple, and I've put a hint on that screen to help you. If I take the whole apple, is that fair? Not at all, because then you will miss out on having an apple. So have a look at that hint on the screen. What do you think we need to do? That's it. We need to cut that apple down the middle. And I wonder if you can help me with a really clever word that we're going to use when I'm talking about cutting that apple. We need to make 2 pieces the same. That's right, we're going to cut it in half. So I'm going to grab a different colour again, and I'm going to draw a line where we could possibly cut. Let's have a look. I'm going to start here right at the top and draw my line down the middle. Do you think that will give a fair share? All right, let's cut it open and have a look. There it is. That's half of the apple. We took 1 whole apple and we shared it in half so that you could have half and I could have half. I'm going to grab my colour again just in case, because I think I would like this half, and then this half can be for you. And now we know that it's fair. All right, here's a challenge for you. We had lots of fun sharing this feast with just you and me, but my tummy's a bit full. Let's pretend there's 4 people to share with. How would you share this feast between 4 people? Now I've put the picture into your seesaw. You can draw all over it if you need to show me how you would share between 4 people. You might choose a different colour for every person to make it really easy to keep track of. I'm particularly interested in how you share those juice poppers and how you share the apple between 4 people. Can't wait to see how you go down in the bottom of your seesaw. And if you're feeling really, really clever, here's a challenge. I know that you've already read my question on there, and we're going to be sharing this feast with 3 people. Now I can hear your mathematical brain ticking over with all the different things that we need to do. If I've got 4 muffins, how could I share those with 3 people? And there's only 2 poppers. How could I share those with 3 people? All right, I hope you've got your brain switched on, because this one's going to take lots and lots of thinking. I've put the picture in your seesaw again, or if you would like to, you might grab a blank page and draw on it to see how you would go with sharing it. I really want you to focus on making it fair for everybody. Can you make it fair? Can you share 4 muffins with 3 people fairly? You could even put a recording on the page to let me know. You could say, Ms. Howard, I shared it fairly, or I couldn't do it and I can't share this fairly with 3 people. So let me know how you go on that one as well. Have a fantastic time sharing this feast with everybody, and I can't wait to see what you get up to on your seesaw. See you soon.